every step along the way from the very beginning. We started with a very simple idea, which is...
Have you ever wondered what the net worth of Jack Dorsey is? Well, the man has quite the resume. Many people know Jack Dorsey as a founder of Twitter, but what few know is that he is also the founder of payment app Square. With his shares of both Square and Twitter, Jack Dorsey has a net worth of $13.1 billion. In this video, we will show you how this serial entrepreneur made his billions. Before we get started, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Jack Patrick Dorsey is an American technology entrepreneur, investor, and philanthropist. Dorsey is best known for being one of the founders of social networking platform Twitter, which he also serves as the current CEO. Besides Twitter, Dorsey is also the founder and CEO of the mobile financial payments company Square. As of 2021, Jack Dorsey has a net worth of $13.1 billion US. As a founder of two multi-billion-dollar companies, it is no surprise that Dorsey is a billionaire himself. Interestingly enough, the majority of his wealth is concentrated in Square. Currently, he owns about 13% of the company's shares, while he only holds about 2% from Twitter. Early life and career. Jack Dorsey was born on November 19, 1976 in St. Louis, Missouri, to Tim Dorsey and Marcia Smith Dorsey. His father worked for Spectrometers Development Company, whereas his mother was a homemaker. He was raised Catholic and his uncle is a Catholic priest. Before developing an interest in the world of technological innovation, Jack Dorsey occasionally worked as a fashion model. At the age of 14, he was fascinated with dispatch routing. He went on to create powerful open-source software in the area of dispatch logistics, some of which are still used today by numerous taxicab companies.
Got to use BizStone for graphical help, and he's a great creative.
After graduating from Catholic Bishop Douberg High School, Jack Dorsey proceeded to the Missouri University of Science and Technology, where he studied for just over 2 years before transferring to New York University. It's while studying at NYU that Dorsey convinced the idea of Twitter. However, he dropped out of the university in 1999 and decided to venture fully into the world of technological innovation. Jack Dorsey and Twitter. After leaving NYU, Jack Dorsey moved to California, where he maintained his job as a dispatching programmer. In 2000, he established his own company in Oakland that offered web-based dispatch services.
I'm just going to accept cash, and in that moment, a guy came up and he wanted to buy some flowers.
Taking inspiration from his online dispatch services, Dorsey came up with the idea of web-based real-time SMS services. He teamed up with a fellow inventor and future investor, BizStone, to create Twitter as an online real-time SMS service. Fortunately, the idea was well received, particularly among clients of companies that were particularly interested in text messaging, such as Oteo. But while the idea of Twitter was generally well received, there were also critics ready to poke holes in it. According to such critics, Twitter was merely a tool for idle and self-centered individuals looking to broadcast their lives' frustrations to the universe. Besides fierce criticism, Twitter also experienced frequent downtimes. However, the startup's fortunes changed for the better when celebrities began using the service, and when the then U.S. presidential candidates John McCain and Barack Obama used the platform as a tool for updating their supporters, the company became a household name. Political influencer and President Trump. After Twitter played an outsized role in driving the conversation around 2016 U.S. presidential election,
We typically don't identify those as a matter of protecting their privacy, and they haven't communicated.
Dorsey appeared before the Senate Intelligence Committee in September 2018 to discuss the platform's methods for countering fake accounts and address accusations of political favoritism. We believe strongly in being impartial, and we strive to enforce our rules impartially, the CEO said in his prepared testimony. In fact, from a simple business perspective and to serve the public conversation, Twitter is incentivized to keep all voices on the platform. Not everyone was convinced of Twitter's impartiality with President Donald Trump, a well-known devotee of the platform, summoning Dorsey to the White House the following spring to discuss concerns about his followers being removed. The Twitter-Trump feud magnified in May 2020 when the site added fact-checking links to two posts in which he claimed that mail-in voting would lead to widespread fraud. The president responded by threatening to strongly regulate or shut down social media platforms. Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet had been sold for the equivalent of $2.9 million or 2.1 million euro to a Malaysian-based businessman. The tweet, which said, "Just setting up my Twitter," was first established on March 21, 2006 and was auctioned off.
We can overwhelm people with the amount of information, but it was cool that people felt free to just
by Mr. Dorsey for charity. The Malaysia-based buyer seen as Stavy compared the purchase to buying a Mona Lisa painting. It was sold as a no-fungible token or NFT on Monday to Mr. Stavy, the chief executive of technology firm Bridge Oracle. Jack Dorsey and Square. In 2010, after leaving Twitter, Jack Dorsey is also associated with Square Incorporated.
We did it with the people that are using it every step along the way from the very beginning. We started.
Plus, Dorsey developed a device that could accept debit and credit card payments on mobile devices. He would name the company Square as the device had to fit in a small square input that all iPhones, iPads, and Android devices had as a charging dock. Once inserted, users could swipe their credit cards to make a transaction. The company grew to 10 employees in December 2009 and had over 100 by June 2011. On October 14, 2015, Square filed for an IPO with a valuation of $2.9 billion. At that time, Dorsey owned 24.4% of the company. Around that time, Dorsey owned 24.4% of the company. In 2019, Square Incorporated generated an annual revenue of $4.7 billion. Mr. Dorsey SQ Stock, SEC Form for Insiders Trading. Jack has made over 96 trades of the Square Incorporated stock since 2014, according to the Form 4 filed with the SEC. Most recently, he sold 100,000 units of SQ stock worth $21,026,000 on 29 March 2021. The largest trade he's ever made was exercising 1,551,703 units of Square Incorporated stock on 25 November 2020 worth over $4,841,313. On average, Jack trades about 150,323 units every day, 19 days since 2013. As of 17 February 2021, he still owns at least 8,042,428 units of Square Incorporated stock. Jack Dorsey Other Projects. In 2013, Dorsey expressed to CNN an admiration for Michael Bloomberg and said that he aspires to become a mayor of the New York City. He served as a judge for Bloomberg's NYC Big Apps competition in 2011. Apart from Twitter and Square Incorporated, Jack is also a current board member of Berggruen Institute Governance Center and a former board member of the Walt Disney Company. Jack Dorsey considered current COVID pandemic. In April 2020, he has since diluted many of his shares and promised to give away $1 billion, then 28% of his net worth, to COVID-19 relief and other causes via gifts of his Square stock. Jack Dorsey Properties. Jack Dorsey Mansion. He bought this house in August 2018 for $4.25 million in India, 32.42 crore rupees, situated in Hollywood Hills. He bought this house for his girlfriend at that time, model Raman Lane Cornell. The 3,730-square-foot home was designed by their own architecture and design firm, an India studio, and has 5 bedrooms with a balcony to an infinity edge pool and spa. Jack Dorsey's car. The Jaguar CX-75 is a hybrid electric 2-seat concept car produced by British automobile manufacturer Jaguar Cars, and a billionaire Jack Dorsey is the owner of Jaguar CX-75. The cost of the car is $1.15 million. In India, 8.76 crore rupees. This is all about Jack Dorsey's lifestyle and net worth. We hope you like this video. Please don't forget to press the notification bell icon for more great videos and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.